is On Easy, and it's called On Easy because we're saying that you can own a home the easy way. And the reason we say that is because you can start with credit repair. If they need credit repair help, we have a credit repair legal plan available. So they can start there and get credit ready. So then they can in turn be mortgage ready. So we're saying that you can own a home the easy way from credit all the way to the closing table. So if you have not seen this symbol before, you'll be seeing it a lot more in the very near future. Just so that we're not complete strangers, my name is Michelle Chambers. I am a real estate broker here in Texas. I'm a real estate agent in Alabama. I'm a notary in Texas. I'm a mortgage loan officer in all 50 states. I love saying that. That's why you guys are here this evening. And then I'm also a former educator for 30 years. And so I'm basically still doing education. I'm just educating people about this federal mortgage loan officer platform that's available. I do like to start off by saying that we don't guarantee anybody any amounts of money. It just depends on how much you're going to put in as to how much you get out. So if you come into this platform and you put in a lot, you can get a lot out of it. There's so many different ways to make an impact and an income through this platform. But if you come in and do little, then you'll get little. And so our platform is called 75 for All. If you happen to see on social media at any time, hashtag 75 for All, that's what it's referring to, because we're saying that we want to increase homeownership rate to 75% for all families across America. And that number will make a little more sense in a minute when I go through a couple more slides. But our plan is we're trying to recruit first time and experienced mortgage loan officers. As one of ours, we're looking for anybody that really realtors, preachers, teachers, notaries, anybody that has a passion that you want to make an impact and an income through this platform of home ownership. There is no state license and test. There are no continuing education classes. I will get more into that, but that kind of throws a lot of people and they start thinking it must be a scam. It cannot be true. I'm going to prove to you that it is true by the time we get to the end of this. And so, of course, it's a nationwide initiative with the federal program. So it is a credit union, federal credit union. And of course, if you're partnered with federal credit union, we know the Fed does not play. So that can kind of give you an idea that, yeah, this is legitimate as it is. There is a background check, actually 2 background checks you have to go through. Then in NMLS, you also get that. And then you'll be able to originate loans in all 50 states. And we said in little as 2 weeks. We've had some people actually been doing that in a week here lately. And sometimes it does take 2 to 4 weeks at the most, depending on how fast you go and getting the training done that is provided as well. And so our platform, what we're trying to do is to have 1 million families to become homeowners in the next 5 years. So 1 million people, that's a lot of people. So that's why we're recruiting and trying to see if we can get other people that are interested in joining us and becoming mortgage loan officers in this platform. We plan on doing that by helping to dispute debt and resolve credit errors that are on credit reports. We also plan on doing it by getting more mortgage loan officers in place to be able to help out. And then also providing down payment assistance and financial education, because we want people to be able to get in those homes and be in those homes responsibly. We want them to be able to get there and to stay. And so this right here shows our credit repair part of it. We have a credit repair legal plan. So it's not just credit repair, it's a lot more involved than just that, but they do pay $149 to get started, and it is $89 a month after that. And then I'll show you what they get with that. And then as an MLO, you would also have access to all of this as well. But the legal plan can assist with all these things that you see populating on the screen at this point right now, which is a lot. And again, it is a credit repair legal plan. So if somebody needs help with an attorney other than for credit, then they can also get a 25% discount to an attorney of for some other reason if they need it besides just credit. But it's a great program to be a part of, to get them in that program and out of that program so that we can get them into home ownership. So I mentioned I would tell you more about that 75% home ownership rate for all. Our co-founder saw the racial inequality in the United States, and as far as home ownership was concerned, and that's how this platform came to be. They looked at it and they saw that 44% of Black families own homes, 49% of Hispanic families, 60% of Asian families, and 73% of Caucasian families own homes. So when they saw that, they were like, this is a huge gap between the 40 percentile and the 70 percentile. That's huge. And so they decided our goal is going to be 75% for all. Notice that the 75% is even higher than the 73% that's over here that we have here. So we're not trying to exclude anybody, but we're trying to include everybody. And that's where the 75 for all came from. But how did that wealth gap even come to be? Redlining. And if you're not familiar with redlining, of course, you can always Google that to see. You can see all kind of maps from back in the day when they had redlining. And redlining simply was loan officers going through, drawing red lines around certain areas that they were not going to give loans to because the people were minorities. When you see that says hazardous, hazardous just meant minorities live here, we're not giving loans out to those people. And so between 1934 and 1968, the federal government had a fantastic idea. Let's do 30-year mortgages. Let's have lower interest rates so more people can afford a home. So that was fantastic. 98% of those mortgages, though, went to Caucasian families. Nothing at all wrong with that. But the problem came when minorities were not able to take that same advantage. And so we weren't able to do that at that point. So that's where the huge wealth gap came to be. So through our platform, our way of trying to combat that wealth gap is to see how many mortgage loan officers we can get in place to help us to reach out to people that maybe think home ownership is never going to happen for them. And so we're trying to get people in place to help out. So our target audience is the very low and moderate income families. That's who we are targeting. In fact, with our platform, we can do a home loan for as low as $50,000. Not many lenders will want to do that because you usually don't make too much money when you go that low trying to get a loan. A lot of things in the costs and fees that are associated with it, a lot of times kind of eat up that when you're doing $50,000 loan, but our plan is to help people to get into homes. So we don't have subprime loans. We have FHA, VA, USDA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. We have conventional. If somebody wants a $3 million house, we can do that too. We do jumbo loans as well, but our target is just the low to moderate income families. And one thing I really like about this program is that, sorry, I'm trying to let somebody in there. One thing I really like about the program is the manual underwriting piece. And with this, when a loan goes into the system, it's either automatically accepted or it's rejected. And a lot of times loan officers, when they see it, it comes in, it's rejected, they're just going to say, I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry, ma'am. We're not going to be able to help you. Work on your credit, work on your finances, and we'll get back with you. That's what they're going to say a lot of times. With our platform, what we're going to say, if it's rejected, we're going to pull it to the side. The underwriters will look through it to see what can we do to help them get a game plan so we can kind of help them to get into home ownership. So I love that about our platform. And then we also have FHA 203K loans that are available for rehab loans. And we can do a loan with the credit score as low as a 580, even though we encourage them to get a higher score just because they can have a better interest rate. But if they come in, they say, Michelle, you told me all I needed was a 580. I want my house and I want it now. Then definitely we will go ahead and help them to get that house, and we can just help them to refinance at a later time when the rates are better. And so what does it look like being a loan officer through this platform? You see the light blue and the dark blue here. The dark blue is a loan buddy. That person is a seasoned loan officer. They've been in the business at least 10 years or more. Notice that they have more items on their list than we would have as a loan officer. If you decide to join this platform, you would be the light blue, the loan officer. What would be required of you? To be able to help the home buyer complete the loan application. You'll go through training, so you'll know about the 9 sections of the 1003, the loan application form, so you'll be able to help them along the way with that. And you will be able to give them a link because you'll have a website. You give them their link that they can fill out that loan application. And then secondly, you would also be required to help them to gather up any documents they need, W-2 statement, bank statements, copy of driver's license. They should be able to upload it themselves to their portal, but if for some reason they can't, maybe they're not tech savvy, or maybe they keep just screenshotting or scanning illegible documents, then we're there to help out so that we can keep that process moving. And then thirdly, what we do through this platform is to help answer any questions they have. That's usually a big one where people are saying, how am I going to help them answer questions if I don't know this platform or if I'm not know to this extent? And so no problem. You're going to have the loan buddy, that seasoned loan officer is going to be right there. You just go over there, you ask them some questions, then you get back with the home buyer. You're also going to have training that you will go through at the very beginning, and we'll have ongoing training that's available as well on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. So there's ongoing training as well. So you will not be alone trying to do that. If you think that's your concern, you will not have to worry about that. You will definitely have plenty help at that point. Now, if you're a realtor or if you know of a realtor, this is fantastic news. And maybe I think it's fantastic because I am a real estate broker, so I love this. But as of December 16, 2022, the Federal Housing Administration, and you can Google this and look it up and find more information about it, but they said that you can be a real estate agent and you can be a mortgage loan officer, and you can be that on the same transaction, which means as a real estate agent, you can walk away from the closing table with not 1 check, but 2 checks. So if you know of a realtor, I love to say that if I was your friend and you knew I was a realtor and you didn't tell me about this, I might feel some kind of way. At least let your realtor friends know about it so that they can see if this is something they would like to pursue. And then I do also use as a caveat, I mentioned that you need to check as a realtor, you have to check with your broker to make sure your broker will allow you to be both of those on the same transaction. They may say no. If they say no, no problem, because you're going to be licensed in 50 states. So you still got 49 other states. And then you can also be a loan officer in your own state when you're not the realtor on there. So still a win-win either way it goes. So as a mortgage loan officer through this platform, you can earn commission when you help families to become homeowners now. You can help families to refinance later, and you also earn commission. And then you can help families buy a new home. Maybe they're ready to get a bigger home or a smaller home. Every time you help them, you earn a commission. And so again, we're saying the rush is on. The reason we're saying the rush is on is because we're trying to help 1 million families in the next 5 years to become homeowners. And so this is not an exhaustive list that you see here, but these are some people that are already from these different fields. They've already partnered with us in this platform. But we're just looking for anybody that has a heart, you have a passion, you want to help the community in this way, help people to become homeowners. We're looking for you if you feel like this is something that I would want to do in making an impact and an income this way. So we talked about the credit repair part and how that looks. We can help people to get credit ready before they're mortgage ready. We talked about the loan officer and the loan buddy. We talked about why this whole platform came to be. So let's talk about the money, because we want to make an impact, but we want to make an income too, right? So let's talk about that. As a loan officer through this platform, the commission is 1% to 1.4%. And what that means, if you multiply whatever the price of the house is, multiply that by 1%, or multiply that by 1.4%, depending on where you are in the transaction. But let's look at the first 10 transactions that you see here. Remember, I told you those two, the light blue and the dark blue squares. We have to give the loan buddy some because they're doing most of the work, right? So let's look at the first 10 transactions. Of the first 10 transactions, you would get 65%. Your loan buddy would get 35%. Now, of course, if you've been in this business for a while, you can always talk with some of the higher ups and see if you can, do this a little bit different. But this is if you're new, brand new coming into this, or you don't know very much about it, and still you're thinking you're getting most of the money, but the loan buddies are doing most of the work. I don't know where you can find a job like that. I'm just glad this one is like that. Don't know why it is, but I'm just excited that it is. The next 10 transactions, you would get 75%. The loan buddy would get 25%. Now you've been doing more loans. You're probably used to helping people out with their loan application, making sure they get those documents turned in right, and you don't have to keep on waiting on them to send documents in, kind of thing. And then 21 on up, you get 85%. Your loan buddy gets 15%. It just gets better and better. And still, the loan buddy is doing most of the work. I can't emphasize that enough. I just love that. And there is an option if you want to get all 100% of your commission. There is a way to do that as well. Look over here, you see, if you have 3 families in 1 month and the price point was $250,000, your commission for that would be $4,875. That's just your part. That's not including your loan buddy's part. That would be your part. And I can think of quite a few things I could do with $4,875. That 100 BPS means 100 basis points. And then in layman terms, it just means 1%. So if you have 3 houses in 1 month, you get out 3 families, and that would be yours. And of course, the more families you help, the more money you make. And then after you've done so many transactions, of course, you would be making even more money as well. And that's why you see the different numbers here. 120 basis points means 1.2%. 140 basis points means 1.4%. So that is what's available that way. Now, okay, I want you to think about brokerage. As I go through this now and I talk about this next part, this part right here is set up like a brokerage. You can decide you just want to do the MLO part. I just want to help people to get pre-approved. I just want to, help them to get in the homes. That's it. Then you can just leave it at that. You're fine with that. But if you decide, this platform has a lot to offer as far as incentives and bonuses and all that, it's a lot available. Just like a brokerage with the real estate, you have the broker at the top, then you've got the realtors underneath, and then the realtors are working, but so the broker's going to get some of that money from the realtor. So this is how this works. This is a brokerage basically. And it's up to you to decide if you want to do this part. You can just completely just do that one thing, help people get pre-approved and get them in the homes. That's fine too. But if you're interested in this part, the next 5 or 6 slides are going to show about that. And you can decide whether or not you want to do this or not. There's an active way to make money through this platform. I'll show you about that. There's residual income. You know how we have residual bills? The water bill comes every month. The electric bill comes every month. Through this platform, you can have residual income. And then there are bonuses that are available, and then leverage income. And again, that has to do with building your brokerage. Now, if you decide you don't want to do the brokerage, aspect, you do not have to. But let me just explain to you what that means. If you're doing the brokerage part, that means that somebody signed up for credit repair. They're part of your brokerage. And we know that in mortgage, you're gonna run across the people that need credit repair help. So that works out pretty well. Kind of go hand in hand. The other way to get somebody on into your brokerage is also if they happen to see that you are a mortgage loan officer, they decide they want to be one, they sign up with you. So there's two ways to do that. But again, you don't have to do any of these next few slides I'm showing you. This is just showing you what other money is available if you decide to do this. So let's say you decide that you are going to build a brokerage. You start off as an advocate. Somebody signs up for credit repair, you get $45 automatically in your back office, just like that. As soon as they sign up, it's going to be within 5 to 10 minutes, it's going to be in your back office. And we get paid every Friday on this particular part, on the brokerage part. And of course, depending on what your rank is as to how much you would make. Now, the team advocate, you only have to have 3 people in your brokerage, and you're already getting $53 every time somebody signs up. And of course, you can see the numbers as they go up, and depending on how many people you have enrolled. And I try to say it over and over again as I go through these slides, you do not have to build a brokerage. It's totally up to you. It's available to you, but it's totally up to you to decide if this is something you would like to do. The residual income here. So somebody signed up for credit repair and they paid. Then the next month, they made their monthly payment of $89.95. Then you're going to get paid. Every time they pay, you get paid. So then you get $14 because they paid their next payment, or depending on where you are in the brokers as far as the ranks go, then you'll know what you would make. But again, I will say you do not have to do this part. We're just letting you know what money is out there available, is on the table for you to take if you want to. This is one of the things I really love, this accelerator bonus. Of course, accelerate means to go fast. And our goal is 1 million families in the next 5 years. So if you get in there, if you're going fast, you get 3 people in the first 3 weeks in your brokerage. They could be all 3 for credit repair. They could all 3 may be interested in mortgage loan officer, or they could be any combination. But you get 3 people in 3 weeks. You're going to get a direct commission of $135 because that's that $45 times 3 people. But then the company says, thank you for going fast. So they give you an extra $150. Pretty nice. And then you get 3 more people in the next 3 weeks. You get $159 now direct commission because now you've gone up in your rank, because now this is $53 per person. There's 3 people. And then you're going to get another $150 because you went fast. Then you get 4 people in that last 4 weeks. That's 10 people in 10 weeks total. That's $236 direct commission because now again, you've gone up on your rank. But then the company says, wow, you even did even more. Here's another $200, just our way of saying thank you. And again, you don't have to participate in the accelerator bonus program, but it is available to you. And then of course, if you are participating in that, then you would probably have some people when they come in underneath you in your brokerage, then those 3 people, when they get 3 people in, you also make money because you were instrumental in bringing them into the program. But again, I will say, like I said several times throughout this, you don't have to do any of this part. It's totally up to you. The last one I want to mention about as far as building a brokerage, there's a housing incentive that's available. You decide, I'm going strong, I'm not leaving any money on the table. I want everything that this program has to offer. I want to do the MLO part. I want to do this part over here and build a brokerage. Then you become a director, you get $400 every month. This is the company's way of saying thank you, because this is a housing platform. They want to give a housing incentive. And because if you get to director, that means you've helped a lot of people. And so this is their way of saying thank you. And of course, it can go all the way up to $1,500 a month, depending on where you are in the brokerage, if you decide you want to do this part of the platform. And so while you're working on getting the training done, getting your background check done, getting the fingerprints done, you can be making money with the brokerage part. Well, basically, you can say you can earn commission while you're completing all the MLO part. So you can be still working on that, and you can already be building your brokers, getting people signed up for credit repair, that type thing. If you're interested in doing so, this is available. When it says enroll influencers, then that's talking about people that are interested in becoming a mortgage loan officer, and the members are the credit repair people. But again, this is up to you if you decide you want to do that, but you can start off making money right away through this platform. And now I love talking about this slide as well. I probably said it about quite a few slides, but I really do. This one, when I post on social media, this is when I probably get the most feedback because people know the traditional route of becoming a mortgage loan officer. This is the state way of becoming a mortgage loan officer. When I say that you don't need to take an exam, I'm not talking about the state way. State way, oh yes, you do. You've got to complete pre-licensing courses. You've got to pass that license and exam. You've got to complete annual renewal and continuing education classes. And then you have to repeat that for every state. Y'all, there are 50 states. That's a lot of time and a lot of money. And then on the state side, you usually have to have a minimum credit score before you can even apply. So if you don't have a good credit score, it's not even any need for you to sign up for the pre-licensing courses. Honestly, you need to wait till you get all that taken care of first. And then if you decide you want to do that in all 50 states on the state side, it's going to be a minimum of $25,000. Yeah, I know you like saying that. It's a lot of money, y'all. So let's look at what we're calling the better route. And we're saying the better route, but it's really the federal route. So when you go to the Nationwide Mortgage Licensing System site, the NMLS site, that's what houses all of the loan officers. You can click on state or you can click on federal. We're saying click on federal. When you click on federal and you sign up with us, you sign up, you receive training that'll be available for you in your back office. As soon as you sign up, you're going to have access to training. And then there are two background checks that you have to take, one from the NMLS system, one for Capital Federal Credit Union, because that's who we work for. And then you have to get your fingerprints done, and then you'll be able to originate loans in all 50 states, not one state, but all 50 states. And we do have a no list. It is true. You do not have to take an exam. You do not have to take there are no licensing fees, there are no continuing education requirements. It goes on and on. We do have continuing training that goes on, but you do not have to take an exam. I still get people when they get to finishing all the training in their back office, they'll say, so Miss Michelle, now I take the training. I mean, now I take the exam. I'm like, no, there's no exam. This is a federal program. It's just completely different than the state program. We have had people to say, well, how can that be so different? And when somebody asked the NMLS and they just said, well, because the state loses money when people go the federal route, so they just don't mention it. But these are just two completely different programs. So you can go the state route if you just love taking exams and seeing if you can pass them and being all nervous and anxious about them, go for it. But I'm going to say this is a better route going the federal route. So what does it look like going with us? $249.90. Yeah, that's like 1% of that $25,000 going the state route. So we have a promo code that makes it $249.90. It's actually on our website, it says $399.90, but we have a promo code. As long as corporate allows us to use this promo code to get $150 off, we're using this promo code. So it makes it $249.90. You're going to be licensed in all 50 states in the next 2 to 4 weeks. The other money you'd have to pay right away would be that $66.25. That would go to the NMLS system. And that's when you get your background and your fingerprints done. So that would be the $249.90. That goes to the OnEasy, the company that I mentioned at the very beginning. And then the $66.25 goes to the NMLS site. So that they go to two different places. We don't have any control over the NMLS part and their fees. That's what they charge. And then if you see on here, it says $89.95. You don't have to do this part, but I'm going to show you about it because I'm thinking when you see it, you're going to want to do this part too. The $89.95, of course, I already said you can become a credit advocate. So you'll be able to enroll people in the credit repair program, help them to get credit ready so they can be mortgage ready. You will also not only be a 50-state title mortgage loan officer, but you'll be a 50-state title representative. So you'll be able to work out with the title company. Up Title is the name of the company. You will be able to earn 20% commission with Up Title. You cannot be a title representative and a mortgage loan officer on the same transaction, but there'll be plenty of opportunities to do one or the other. So yeah, 50-state title representative along with being a 50-state mortgage loan officer, y'all. But you don't have to do the $89.95, but I'm just showing you what it entails. You can also be able to refer real estate agents to the platform and earn commission by doing that as well. Now, if you are a realtor, of course, you can already get referral fees because you're a real estate agent working with another real estate agent. But if you're not a real estate agent, this is a fantastic way to be able to earn commission because you worked with and you invited somebody to the platform that was a realtor. So it's another way to make money. We also have home warranty representative that you'll be able to do that very soon. That is coming, and you'll be able to earn $50 per warranty that is sold. That's coming very soon. And they can also earn equity in OnEasy. Our company OnEasy is moving very fast. It is moving really fast. We've got a few announcements that are coming up pretty soon about the platform that's going to even make it bigger than what it is right now. But you have an opportunity to kind of get in. Maybe you said, oh, I missed out on Uber. I missed out on Facebook when they got going. This is your opportunity to end up earning equity through this company here because it's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's actually getting very big right now. And so, of course, with all those different things that we have to offer, our company is making sure that we're in compliance. That's a lot of things that we hear. The key thing is disclosure. As a real estate agent myself, was the main thing we were always taught when I first got into real estate: disclose, disclose, disclose. You got to let people know what you're doing. So they can make that decision if they want to work with you in all those different aspects. You know, they may want to and they may not. But as they're showing you here that we are looking into all those different things. Our company, our co-founders have spent lots of time working on compliance. So can you be a credit improvement advocate, federal mortgage loan officer, real estate agent referral platform representative, title agency business development representative, home warranty rep, an equity owner and own easy at the same time? Yes, you can serve families in all of these roles at the same time. The only one you can do is what I mentioned earlier. You cannot be a mortgage loan officer and a title representative on the same transaction, but the others, yes, you can. Yeah, that's an awesome opportunity. So these are all that I've mentioned. Earning the MLO opportunity, the legal plan services with our credit repair. We do have a bonus type, Keller Williams type pool there where you can earn some extra money when you start doing the mortgage loan officer, get commissions there. The title company representative, you can get the realtor recruiting, you can earn money that way. There are incentives. We have life insurance, the equity, if you want to get equity, there are travel promotions that come up from time to time with our company. And then free services is 5 is free. If you decide I do want all that, I'm gonna go ahead and go for that $89.95 also. Then that's when you get access to all those things that I just got to talking about that you see on the screen right now. And then you have an opportunity to get 5 is free. Once you have 5 people in the program, then you don't have to pay that $89.95 anymore. So that could be an incentive if you say, I do want to do all of it. I'm only paying at $89.95 every month. Well, most people, when they get started, they already have people in mind they're going to sign up. So that kind of helps with that. But again, know that you do not have to do this part of it. It's just available. It's just a fantastic way to be able to make some extra money as you go along with this platform. And so I just want to say that thank you guys for joining tonight and sign up with, call back with that person. And if you're ready to sign up, get back with whoever invited you to it. Tell them thank you, if nothing else, that now I know a little bit more about a federal opportunity that's available out there. Even if you're not interested, maybe you know somebody else that may be interested. But we would love to have you to work with us as we help families, because our goal is 1 million families in the next 5 years. And if you're wanting to be a part of that, we would love for you to join with us in this mission to help this be possible, because we know we're headed somewhere, and we're headed somewhere big, and we would love for you to be along the ride with us. But thank you for taking time out tonight. I realize you've taken out a part of your life. 30 minutes of your life is now gone because you spent that time with us. I don't take it lightly. And you guys enjoy the rest of your evening and get back with whoever invited you. We'd be glad to get you signed up. We'd be glad to answer any questions that you may have. You guys have a great one and take care. Bye-bye.